keep this simple. No. I tell you what. No. You listen to me, right? You calm down because the way you're going on, you've got something to hide, right?
Rahul Jain, counter 4, Rahul Jain.
Rahul Jain is applying for a 2-year working tourist visa. He must prove tourism is the main reason for his trip.
Okay. How long do you intend to stay in the UK?
England में आप कितनी देर रहना चाहते हैं?
Around 2 years.
What do you intend to see and do in the UK?
भी famous palaces हैं, वो देखना चाहता हूँ.
Such as?
कौन से?
Birmingham Palace and Tower Bridge.
Okay. What's Birmingham Palace and why do you wish to see it?
बहुत famous है वहाँ पे, तभी मैं देखना चाहता हूँ.
It belongs to the old kings and it is worth seeing and I want to see it.
So, why can you only name me 2 places that you wish to see in the UK? One of which is not the correct name, and one of which you can't describe to me what it is.
Officer Spence types up every answer to provide a record of the evidence.
When I go on holiday, I know exactly what I want to see. If I came to India, I'd say I want to see the Taj Mahal, I'd say I want to see the Golden Temple. Why can't you tell me what you want to see in the UK?
मैडम वो बात ठीक है, मगर जो सी लंदन जो इंग्लैंड सिटी है वो सबसे ज़्यादा फेमस है.
England is very famous and there are many places to see there.
Okay, you've been offered a job. Doing what?
और मुझे किचन असिस्टेंट की जॉब दी है उन्होंने ताकि मैं अपना घूमने फिरने का खर्चा अफोर्ड कर सकूं.
They offered the job of an assistant so that I can cover my expenses.
Officer Spence has heard enough to make a decision.
I'm not satisfied that you want to enter the UK for a working holiday as you have claimed, or that you plan to leave the UK at the end of your stay. The only thing you have managed to plan is a part-time job, and that suggests for me that it is your intention to take full-time employment rather than to go to the UK for tourism. I mean, he has to show that the primary purpose of his visit is for tourism. I'm afraid that this chap hasn't done so. This chap knows only 2 things to tell me about the UK, one of which is Birmingham Palace, which clearly doesn't exist. The other is Tower Bridge, and I'm not absolutely certain he knows what that is. My suspicion, frankly, is that this chap is going to go there to the UK to work for 2 years at a markedly reduced rate than employing the same person in the UK would cost his sponsor. No redeeming features at all, as far as I can make out. A completely straightforward refusal.
Bad news for the would-be tourist. One student has aroused the suspicions of the immigration officers at Heathrow's Terminal 3. He's returning to the UK after a trip home for some unusual surgery.
This is the first time I've had someone go home to have a hair transplant. This is definitely a first for me. He's been away for 6 weeks. The thing that initially tipped off the officer was the fact that I think he said that he travelled direct from Hounslow to his college at London Bridge on the Piccadilly line without actually changing, which I think is actually impossible. You need to change.
Officer Newbury wants to make sure the passenger is a genuine student and that he isn't working more than a foreign student's maximum allowance of 20 hours a week.
Do you work in the UK?
Yes, sir.
What do you work as?
I just work with a recruitment company, and after that they send me some other reports for packing something.
Packing, yeah?
Yeah, just.
Is it just labour?
Yeah, just
with your hands.
Tray,
yeah.
Something straight.
How many hours do you work a week?
Yes, it's 20 hours. 20 hours.
Exactly 20 hours?
Yeah, 20 hours. Because 2 days of work.
What days do you work?
Normally Sunday.
Okay, you say you study 18 hours a week. What days do you study?
Study is Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. I just study 2 subjects, and managerial management.
Is it management or managerial?
Managerial.
Just managerial.
Managerial. Managerial management.
Managerial management.
Yeah.
And what hours?
It's from 11 to 3.
On Tuesday, what do you study?
On Tuesday is a marketing.
Marketing.
Yeah.
And that's what hours?
It's same hours.
11 to 3.
11 to 3.
And on Friday?
On Friday, same hours.
11 till 3?
Yeah, 11 to 3. Yes.
That's 12 hours a week.
Uh,
Where's the other 6 hours that you say you study a week?
The 6 hours I just spent over there. Sometime I discussion with the friends, discussions.
But I'm more concerned about the timetabled hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, not meeting up with friends.
No, sir.
It's timetabled hours in a classroom with a tutor. One of my colleagues contacted your college and asked them to confirm your attendance on your course. What do you think they said to us?
Okay, sir.
You don't know? Okay. They've confirmed to us in writing that you've not attended your college since September 2007.
No, sir, it's not possible.
Not possible. Are you saying that they're lying?
Yeah, it's been lying.
Okay.
But one letter I have also.
Well, that's what they've sent us. Okay, that was sent to us. Okay. Since September, they've confirmed to us in writing, as you can see, that you've not attended any classes. They've also confirmed what modules you should be studying, and they're not the ones that you've told me today. So how do you explain that? I'm inclined to believe what they're saying. So I want you to tell me, what have you been doing in this country since September 2007?
No, why this?
You don't know?
No, sir.
Stop the interview for the moment, and I'll come back and speak to you a bit later, and we'll try and get to the bottom of this. It's quite obvious that he's been caught out. He's played the game. I assume he's been working for the last 6 months, probably full time. He's probably made a bit of money out of it. He's been caught, but he just won't admit it.
If there is clear evidence a foreign student is working more than the permitted 20 hours or is not attending his course, he will be refused entry.
Okay, I've actually spoken to the Chief Immigration Officer with regards to your case. He has decided to believe what the college have said, because they have no reason to lie to us, and we're going to be refusing your entry to the United Kingdom, cancelling your visa, and returning back to Pakistan on the next available flight. Okay?
You do not give me a right of appeal.
That's what I was going to come to next. So those are two options that you have in front of you. You can either stay in the UK for 5 days to appeal, and you'll be in detention for 5 days, or you can return to Pakistan and you've got 28 days to make an appeal out of country. So I need to know now what your option is, what you decide you want to do.
I want to appeal here.
You want to appeal in country, you want to stay for 5 days in detention.
Yeah.
You won't be allowed entry into the UK, you're aware of that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. The basis of your argument going to be that the college is lying.
Why college send like this letter?
What do you think the judge will think, though, when he sees this written information from the college confirming in writing, signed by the college, saying that you've not attended for 6 months? You're going to spend 5 days in a detention centre to appeal against this, just on the fact that you think that the college is lying, and you're insisting on staying in this country to appeal,
Yes, sir.
even though you've got nothing to appeal against.
Yes, sir.
You're just going to waste everyone's time.
Yes,
It's a waste of our taxpayers' money, isn't it? Well, I've tried to help, but that's it. Okay, I'll pop you back in the holding room now.
Thank you very much, sir.
The man was granted temporary admission to lodge his appeal. He later withdrew the appeal, but remains in Britain awaiting the outcome of a judicial review. Immigration Officer Kay Lomas is on the desk screening passengers.
Hello, sir. Where are you travelling from today?
From LA.
Okay. Do you live there or?
I live here.
And what do you do here?
I'm a student.
Tell me the whole title of the course.
Yeah, it says postgraduate
Yes.
certificate business administration.
Right.
It's MA. It's a Masters of Business Administration.
Well, there's a difference between a postgraduate certificate in business administration and a master's in business administration. Which one is it?
It's a postgraduate certificate in business administration.
Is that a master's course?
It's master's course.
It can't be.
Okay, I got a letter. I found.
Yes.
When are you returning?
I am quite wary of some students in the UK. As we know, it's very expensive to be a student in the United Kingdom. The fact that he was a bit mixed up about what he was studying, whether it was a master's or a postgraduate certificate, I don't understand why that would be an issue.
Okay, so we're about to take your photograph. You want to look directly into this camera here for me, please.
Officer Neil Newbury is questioning another student whose story doesn't add up.
The immigration officer asked you some questions about your course, and you did not answer them sufficiently well for him to be convinced that you're studying in the UK.
He's already carried out a bag search. He found a diary with some revealing entries.
He's talked an awful lot about work, and he's not once mentioned his modules, his studying, any of his tutors. He's not mentioned any of them, which is quite strange if you're here to study. Sainsbury's is going down every day. He's doing only 2 or 3 days in Sainsbury's. Now he's having to find a second job.
How many
Two
bags do you
men,
have?
both claiming to be students of business administration. To find out if they're genuine, officers Lomas and Newbury will have to do their homework.
Can you tell me what you've learnt in human resource management?
What I study?
What you have studied?
There is a two part. One is employee and another one is employer.
Yes.
Okay. And if something wrong with the employee and employers, they need to advise one HR manager or some HR consultant to get the sorted out these things.
And what does the HR
He
manager
just
do? What is their role?
What is the role?
And where do you study?
Central England. Oh, I'm too much. You know that I didn't sleep last night. What should I say? I forget everything. I don't know. What should I say?
So you're saying you can't remember where your college
No,
is?
I know that. I know.
HR rules means for a company, the managing full staff.
Tell me about financial reporting.
A good result for this student. Not so good for this one.
Okay, I just want to show you something from your book in your bag. Dated 18th of February 2008. I know you wrote it down, yeah? And see what I've underlined? 18th February 2008. I'm doing only 2 and 3 days in Sainsbury's. Now I'm finding a second job. So you're going to start telling me the truth now, or we're going to keep going around the houses. Were you working in Sainsbury's 2 or 3 days a week?
Can I explain you personally? But not in front of camera, I'm telling you personally.
Slowly, he started to open up to me and explain what he's done. His family are in financial difficulty back in India. That their house was being repossessed by the bank. And I do have some sympathy with him in that situation. It's mainly the enforcement of the rules that we're concerned about, unfortunately. And in this case, you have broken the rules, the immigration rules. So for that reason, your visa is going to be cancelled today. I'm going to return you back to India on the next available flight, which is this evening at 9:25.
Officer Newbury's passenger has failed to get into Britain. It's a different story for Officer Lomas.
Oh, yes, sir. He's a student. We are happy to readmit you to the United Kingdom today.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
sir, that's okay. Good luck with the rest of your studies and your job.
Yeah, thank you.
It's nice when you've done your inquiries and at the end of it you're satisfied with the result and you know that the right thing has been done. He is a genuine student and I'm happy that, you know, that I've done my inquiries and I'm satisfied with that and he can come in.
As this case closes, more flights arrive and hundreds more passengers fill the arrivals hall. It's back to the desks of the immigration officers and back to work.
Okay, have you got your student ID card I could have a look at?
This man is returning to Britain after visiting a sick relative in Dubai. To prove he's a student, he produces some university certificates.
So how long have you been in the UK now?
3 years.
3 years. Okay, tell me about interactive business skills. What's that?
Well, the business skills is called business is a course literature about the business.
No, I want to know You got an A in interactive business skills, one of your exams. So tell me, what is interactive business skills?
What's the interactive business skill? Interactive business skill is a skill, it's a subject, isn't it? It is a subject.
Well, you got an A in it, so it must have been a subject.
That subject, yeah, it was everything is explanation. All about the business. It's basically the business subject, isn't it?
Just last October, you got an A in it,
Yeah.
and you can't tell me what it is.
When it's been locked.
Officer Hassler asks the passenger to wait,
What's your bag?
while he refers to Chief Immigration Officer Rick Lindsley.
I said, well, talk to me about business interactive skills. Couldn't say a word, otherwise, oh, it's business. Asked him about introduction of IT or costing accounting. He says, couldn't do anything, couldn't even mention it. He doesn't even look like a student. I pushed on the fact about his work as well, and he's like standing there, and I said, look, are you definitely not working? And he was like, no, definitely not. I mean, he was thinking
Not
about...
working at all?
No, nothing at all. So I mean,
what
that's...
do you want to do?
Certainly want to do his bag. I've got a name of a cousin who is downstairs, so I'll give him a quick call and just see if he corroborates anything he's told me as well. But he came up and he was sort of being very chatty, and sometimes people do that to try and sort of catch you off guard and stuff, possibly. You get colleges, as they call themselves, or educational institutions that will provide these letters, types of letters, so people can get these resident permits, and this is what this guy's on. He came here originally on a student visa. He's then submitted documentation, probably letters like this to show that he's doing, good study, but clearly he hasn't done the exam because he can't talk about it. Not that I'm prejudging, of course.
Officer Hassler may have his suspicions, but he needs some facts to back them up.
Hi, this is immigration at Heathrow Terminal 3.
He starts by calling the man's cousin.
And what does he do in the UK? Student.
The passenger has told Officer Hassler that he studies in London and doesn't have a job, not even part-time.
So he working as a taxi driver? Just spoke to the cousin and he says he works as a taxi driver, which is clearly different from what he's telling us on
Who
the
works?
control.
The passenger works?
Yeah.
It's certainly a breakthrough, but before Officer Hassler can deny the passenger entry, he needs solid evidence, or a full admission.
And before I start, you need to be aware it's very important for you to answer my questions truthfully. If at any time I find out subsequently that you've lied to me, then it's going to make your situation far more serious here, yeah? It is now an offence to mislead and obstruct an immigration officer, okay? So please think about that when you're answering my questions, right? Why have you come to the UK?
For the study.
Where?
School of Business Study.
School of Business Study?
Yeah.
Well, how come you give me letters for the School of Management and Science?
Yeah, School of Management, sorry, I am...
No. Come on. Hey, stop wasting my time. Right, I'm going to ask you again, what are you doing in the UK? Because you're not studying, you can't even get the name of the college right.
My brother is very serious.
Yeah.
I came, stop this question, yeah. Simple as that. I am in very bad situation.
Yeah, okay,
Simple
right.
that.
So let's keep this simple. No. I tell you what,
Listen.
no. You listen to me, right? You calm down, right? And you answer my questions. Because the way you're going on, you've got something to hide, right? So don't start getting on your high horse, right? And start shouting at me, all right?
Did I shout on you?
You were getting.
I didn't.
Okay, right then. So,
I told you.
right, listen. All you got to do is answer my questions, right? Simple as that. Are you studying in the UK?
Yes.
Where?
I told you.
I'm asking you again, where?
School of Management Sciences.
All right, do you work in the UK?
No.
What did I say to you about lying to me, all right? Because you have lied to me. You have family in the UK?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So don't lie to me.
No, I am not lying.
So tell me again, where are you working?
I told you in so many places I will...
No, where are you working now? Well, I know where you're working. You know where... listen, I know where you're working.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm talking to you about it now, all right? So I want you to tell me.
Where I working?
Okay. Do you want me to tell you? So tell me about 49 Taxi Company, yeah? That you work there as a driver, yeah?
I did work there.
No, you do work there. You do work there.
No, I'm not. No.
Yes, you are. Yeah, well, how come you suddenly mentioning that you've worked there and it wasn't mentioned before?
No, I
so
told
tell
you
me, tell me.
so many places
Tell me,
I
yeah. Okay.
I
You
can
tell me
tell you
about.
3-4
You tell
more
me about
places.
49 Taxi Company. You tell me about it. That you work as a taxi
I
driver.
did work,
Okay. When did you start working there?
I did about 2-3 months ago. I did. Then
So you still work there?
yeah, I still work there for 2 days.
I've got it from them that you work full time, and you've worked there for at least 2 to 3 years. So you work there full time, yeah?
Part time.
Full time, yeah?
No, not full time.
Okay. So how come they're telling me you work full time and you've worked there for 3 years?
There.
And that probably tells me why you can't ever tell me about your college, because you're working full time.
I don't.
How much did you pay for those letters?
I didn't pay anything.
Well, you're not studying them.
No, I'm studying.
Okay, right. What's going to happen is we're going to put you into our holding room. You'll be remaining with us. We're going to get this in document. We're going to get this writing from this company. Okay. We'll get all that relevant information, and then when we've got that, we're going to take this further. Okay. Yeah.
Officer Hassler didn't get a confession, and the evidence he needs won't be available until the morning. The passenger will have to stay in the holding room.
You're going to remain with us overnight.
No, I can't stay in this room. I can stay on this.
No, you will stay in this room. All right.
No, I can't because I am asthmatic.
And if you've got asthma, where's your medication?
Do I carry the medication with me?
Well, yeah, because
No, I don't.
well, but if you've got asthma, where's your?
Thank you, but that's
No,
it.
come
I'm
back.
not asking any
Where's your medication then?
No, I don't know.
It's been a sort of frenetic few hours, but yeah, we've got the stage where we can't take this any further. We've got the passenger who's denying everything. However, we've got this verbal information that states that he is working full time. So clearly we have avenues that we need to go down, but we can't do that tonight. So I'll have to pass this on tomorrow morning to a day shift officer, and what they will do is contact this the owner of the taxi company, also the school as well, and just see if we can corroborate either his story or the information that we've been provided that he is actually working and not studying.
It's been a bad night for the passenger who says he's a student and claims he doesn't work. He's been detained in the holding room for 13 hours. And now officers have written confirmation from the taxi company that he's been working full time. He's refused entry and told to be put on a plane in 2 hours. But he has a wife and 2 children living in Luton. He asked to see the Chief Immigration Officer, Matt Dyson.
Sometimes I think they believe that if they talk to a senior officer, he's going to turn around and be more sympathetic. But to be honest, you know, this decision's been through 2 CIOs now, so it's not a decision I'm looking to overturn at all. So, but we can all see what he's got to say. Do you want to come and have a quick chat? I'm the chief, yeah? We'll just nip outside. What's up?
I just want to make a request
Mm-hmm.
that I got my wife and my daughters, 2 daughters in Luton, yeah. And I just want to request you personally for the bail. I'm not saying your decision.
No, as it stands, I'm not willing to entertain any releasing you at the moment, okay?
You can do that.
If you wish
if
to...
want.
No, I'm not granting you temporary admission. I think that's what you're asking for, isn't it? Temporary admission. No, because I think if I gave you temporary admission, you probably wouldn't come back.
I will give you the
Well,
guarantee.
but you don't appear to have followed our rules up to now, do you? Now, I've read this. The case against you is pretty strong, okay? I don't think you're studying. You don't know anything about your course.
If any guarantee you want, I can bring the
No,
2-3 people.
I can't
with the
really do that.
British.
I mean, I can understand why you're concerned about
Yeah.
your wife and
Passport,
daughters.
national.
Well, no, I mean, you're concerned about your wife and daughter, but obviously, you know, I have to balance that concern with the fact that, you know, you fall well short of re-entering as a student. And also, you didn't seem to think it was a problem going on holiday and leaving your wife and daughters here, did you?
No.
So it's not as if,
This is
you know,
the
I think that
problem.
they're in
My-
any danger.
My brother is dying with the cancer, leukemia. He's fighting for his life in hospital. That was the reason I went to leave my wife and my kids.
Right. And whilst I can understand you want to see your wife and children, I'm not going to be letting you in, I'm afraid. If you want to pursue the appeal, that's up to you. You can never divorce yourself entirely from the decisions you make. But in the end, you have to look to your job, and you have to look what is the right thing to do according to your job. Now, you should never, ever divorce yourself from being sympathetic towards people. And just because somebody falls short of the immigration rules doesn't automatically make them a bad person. Now, this, as far as we can gather, this guy is working too much, and he's not studying as he claims. Okay, and his whole basis of being here, and also of having a family here whom he supports, is as a student. And the bottom line is, if he's not doing it, then he shouldn't be here. And you know, that's the law, and that's a policy made by government, not by me. My job is to apply it correctly.
The passenger did lodge an appeal before Chief Officer Dyson's team could put him on a plane. After a week in a detention centre, he was granted temporary release. He's still in the UK, waiting for a removal date. Officer Kay Lomas was a teacher before she joined the UK Border Agency. Today, she's investigating an Indian national returning to Britain on a student visa.
Now, we have your suitcase, the rucksack and this. Are these all of your bags?
Yeah.
Before you came to study here, you did a 3 years course in India.
Yeah.
Was that, what's BCA?
BCA, Bachelor in Computer Application.
So you've got a bachelor's degree in computers.
Computers, yeah.
From Watford University?
Actually, I came here on Deported University, MSc in Multimedia Communication.
Yes.
But when I came here, they told me that they don't have enough students for MSc in Multimedia Communication.
The passenger was given a student visa a year ago. He had a place on a master's degree course at a prestigious Midlands university. The course was cancelled, and he now says he's studying at a college in London, even though he lives in Leicester. Officer Lomas reports her findings so far to the Chief Immigration Officer, Sarah Dyson.
I've done his bags, not found much in there, to be honest. He's got his national insurance card, he's got some business cards for a garment factory that's run by his cousin brother, who I've established is his first cousin. He's got no student card for this college in London.
So, he looks like he's had a pretty good education.
He has. He's just said to me he's done a 3-year bachelor's computing course.
In India?
In India.
And how long has he been in the UK for?
Since 2006. And he's been doing more IT-based diplomas, which you would not really need had you done a bachelor's in IT, I would think.
It's very difficult for us to believe that he's genuinely studying in East London if he lives in Leicester. And he's told you he lives in Leicester. I mean, which of us on this planet would really want to commute 200 miles a day to attend college for, what, a couple of hours, maybe 3 hours?
And what student could afford that?
It has no credibility whatsoever, so, I mean, that's the main thing that we should concentrate on.
Officer Lomas calls the passenger's cousin. She hopes he can confirm that his relative is studying in London.
Hello, sir. Are you expecting anyone to arrive in the UK today? And how do you know Usman? You own a factory. And what kind of factory is it? Manufacturing ladies' wear. So he packs the garments. You mentioned that he's also a student. What does he do? You have no idea what he studies. Every time that he goes to college, do you take him every single time? Yes. So you should be able to tell me which days he goes to college then if you take him there. When was the last time he went to London to college? Last Thursday? Wasn't he in India at that time? He wasn't in UK then, was he? Very vague about when he goes to college, has no idea what he does in college at all, can't tell me which subject he studies, can't tell me the name of the college, but he apparently drops him off there every week, 3 times a week. But he's very clear on his position in the factory, which leads me to believe that, leads me to doubt the fact that he's a full-time student here, because it's just a bit strange to me.
Now that doubts are raised over the passenger's studies, Officer Lomas makes a second call. This time to the college where he claims to be studying.
Could you just confirm the name of the student that you have? I want to know all the details about his current course, when he started, what's he studying, when was the last time he attended college. Is he studying with you at the moment? It should be quite a simple yes or no answer to that, sir, really. When was the last time he attended? When was the last day that he came to college? 15th of November. Thank you.
According to the college, the student has not attended at all in the last 6 months.
And what was his attendance rate for his previous course? How can it be 82% if he already missed 4 weeks? Right, so his attendance rate for his last course was 82. Could you tell me a bit more about your college, please? St Paul College, who's on the 3rd floor. Okay. And then your college is on the 4th floor, and that's it. So we're talking 4 colleges in one building. The reason I asked so many questions to him is because what I want to do is go and, if this man is a genuine student, if he is a full-time student here, he should be able to answer basic questions about his tutors, about the modules he studied, about the building, what facilities they've got, how much fees he's paid. So I'm going to put all these questions to him in the interview. If he can answer them all and he's very confident in what he says about his studies, then that's fine. But if he can't tell me these things, obviously that's something that I need to be worried about. Usually diplomas and degrees have modules within them of study. What did you do?
I studied basic programming, Microsoft Office, and then it got to C, programming in C.
What was the title of the courses called? That's what I want to know.
The titles?
Yes, of the courses that you studied.
Modules. It was like subjects to me.
What is your attendance like? What is your attendance rate? Have you missed any lessons?
My attendance should be 85%.
Right. Now then, sir, have you been telling me the truth during this interview?
Yes.
Well, then we've got a problem. Because I have spoken to your college at length today, and they're telling me a very different story than the one that you've just said to me. I spoke to Mr. Suleiman Khan, who tells me he's an admin clerk at your college. He tells me that you've not attended the postgraduate diploma at all. In fact, when I asked him when was the last time they saw you, he says it was November 2007. When was the last time? And I want the month, and I preferably want the week. When was the last time you studied, you attended classes in the United Kingdom?
Last July.
Thank you. What have you been doing in that 8.5 months, sir?
Sitting at home.
I don't believe you.
You have to. I'm not lying this time.
Now, I'm concerned that your college did not tell me that you didn't attend from July to November. They said your attendance rate was 82%. What's going on? I'm sure you know there are many colleges that supply letters to students.
I don't know.
And that say that students have attended college and that accept money so that they produce letters to that effect and diplomas. Either you're not telling me the truth, sir, or the college isn't. Is this college a genuine college? Do they have lectures there?
I've not been there, I don't know. They just told me that your attendance will be done.
Your attendance will be done. Did they ever charge you any money, sir, for the fact that they were fixing your attendance?
Yes.
Okay. What did they charge you?
500 quid.
For?
The attendance.
Just to clarify, the £500 was so that they said you had attended when you hadn't attended?
Yes.
Realising his UK residence permit is in danger of being cancelled, the student makes an appeal.
I want to study, ma'am. My future will be ruined.
Why would it be ruined?
Without a post-graduation, I'm nothing.
That's not true.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
You've told us the truth now about your studies, which was the right thing to do, but in hindsight, you should have been attending, shouldn't you? You applied to do a Masters at Deported University, a good university, excellent course, and since then things have just gone downhill. Come on. Obviously he was very upset at the end of the interview there. He's been caught out. I continue to press him on the college because I had an inkling that the college wasn't genuine from what he'd said. In the end, he did admit that they were supplying letters to students. I will pass that on to our intelligence unit and they will check that out, and that college will then be on a list of colleges that we will look into further.
Officer Lomas makes her final report to her boss.
And he has a UK residence permit issued for the purpose of studies. Okay.
Only a month ago.
Only a month ago, so he was quite happy to deceive the Home Office only a month ago.
Yes.
Well, once again, I think without a shadow of a doubt, we'll have to refuse this guy entry and cancel his residence permit.
The passenger is refused entry to Britain and put on the next plane back to India.
It's not an easy thing to have to be very harsh with somebody like that. But on the other hand, you feel sorry for the people who are genuinely studying here, and then people like that gentleman who would come here and just flout the rules really to get a residence permit and don't study. It's not on.
And who completed your application form?
Sorry?
Who completed your application form?
Me.
And are the details on your form correct?
Yeah.
What did you get points for?
My graduation and my age.
And which college did you go to? Did you go to Osmania itself or to a different college?
Osmania itself.
When did you start at Osmania?
I think 2000, it's 1999, something like that.
And what subject was your degree in?
Sorry.
What did you specialise in for your degree?
Yeah, it's all right. Actually, it's a long time, so I can't remember.
Officer Brown records every answer, no matter how vague.
So you can't tell me what speciality you did your degree in?
It might be in accounting.
It might be. What do you mean might be in accounting?
No, I think it's in accounting, an sector.
Officer Gander is responsible for checking the documents of the man being interviewed by Officer Brown. It doesn't take long to arouse her suspicions. Osmania University in India is genuine. The certificate is fake. Now Officer Gander wants to know more about his other documents.
This bank statement does not look genuine to me, and it's having a spelling errors. And then applicant has submitted a huge transaction, huge balance. Balance is very high. Right, sir, my name is Bhavna and I'm calling from the British High Commission, New Delhi. I would be very grateful if you could verify this bank statement for me. Sir, I would like to verify 3 things in this account. One would be who is the account holder's name. Second, it's part
The
of
bank confirms the man does have an account.
Yeah, because
As the balance is unusually high, Officer Gander checks if the statement is genuine.
Could you tell me the transaction on 8/4/2008? There is a salary transfer of 45,000. So no transaction happened on 8/4/2008, right? Thank you, sir, so much. Okay, bye-bye, sir. Yeah. I got the written confirmation on this case from my bank manager.
Okay, what was the result?
It's forged. The
Like we
statement
thought.
produced by an applicant is false.
Okay.
And he has sent me an original bank statement.
And
So
this
I
is
just
the
want-
one
yeah.
from the bank, and it's not showing any of the salary deposits,
nothing.
so it totally doesn't match up.
So none of the transaction match with their records. It's all forged.
In the interview, the man is unaware that Officer Brown knows all about his fraudulent documents.
What do you do in India?
I work as a financial analyst.
And what is your income?
It's around 45,000 per month.
Is that before tax or after tax?
It's after tax.
What is your salary before tax?
It's gonna be around 6 lakhs something. 6 lakhs
6
or
lakhs per
below
year?
6 lakhs, yeah.
If you were earning 6 lakhs per year and paying tax, you wouldn't take home 45,000 rupees per month. Can you explain this?
Yeah, actually, that's it's not the the basic coming in. It's like all my overtime and everything.
So you don't declare your overtime on your tax returns, is that right?
You can say that. But it's like it's all company technical things. Actually I don't know how they do that.
Sure.
Can I have a glass of water, please?
I'll get somebody to get you one.
All right.
Can you get him some water, please? Yes, please.
Officer Brown now makes his main move.
You have given us a bank statement.
Yeah.
Can you tell me the last transaction that is shown on your account?
I usually I don't like do all this bank statement and all. My wife usually take care of all these things, and she I just signed a check for a month. And
what day every month do you get paid?
I think 7th of.
Is that when the money goes into your account?
Yeah.
Okay. As part of your application process, we've checked your bank statement with the bank. The bank have told us that the statement you've given us is not genuine. Can you explain this?
Actually, I got no idea regarding these things.
Sorry?
I got no idea why they have sent that.
Can you tell us why you have given us a false document?
Actually, it's I don't have knowledge about this thing that is my fault.
But sir, it's your bank statement, it's your income, your
No,
name's on
actually,
the
I
bank
told
statement.
you, I don't
and
think-
you have given us the application, you put in the papers.
Yeah.
Please tell me why you've submitted a false document.
I don't take care of these things. I just ask my wife to give me, and she just put on.
So is it your wife that has given us a false document?
Might be because actually I'm not that much interested in going back. She is the one, like she wants to be there for 2 years or so. So that's the only reason.
Okay, what I'm going to do now, obviously because you've submitted false documents, your application will be refused. I'll give you a letter to explain the reasons why the application's been refused.
All right, so you're gonna give me all the documents right now? Or?
I'm not going to give you the false documents back now.
All right, are you gonna give me my passport?
I'll give you your passport back.
Officer Brown tells the man to wait for his passport. Submitting false documents is a criminal offence. The police have been called. The financial analyst formulates a plan. He'll make for the exit. But the door from the British High Commission back into the streets of Delhi is locked. The financial analyst has nowhere to go. And now the police have arrived.
He's applied for a UK visa. He's given us bank statements and he's given us a degree certificate. And we have written confirmation that those are false documents.
Is it like that much a big crime that you don't know?
The fact that you've put in false documents means that I can't, to be honest, I can't believe anything that you've told me. If you do make a fresh application, your application will automatically be refused. So you won't be issued a UK visa for the next 10 years.
next 10 years.
Okay, thank you.
The man was arrested, bailed and later charged with cheating and making false documents. He'll be unable to enter the UK for at least 10 years.
A man has arrived from Pakistan with just 4 days left on his student visa. Officer Hassler has questions about the certificates he submitted for a work permit and the hundreds of documents found in his hand luggage. He has at least 2 jobs and is studying at a number of colleges.
Why have you come to the UK?
Today.
Yeah, correct.
To study.
Okay, and where?
LSMS.
Which is?
London School of Management Sciences.
How long have you studied there?
Almost 5 years.
So, since your arrival then, you've effectively been studying all your time at London School of Management Science. Can you tell me why I have a letter from Empire College dated November 2004 saying that you were a full-time student doing a Bachelor of Science in Physics? So why would they be issuing you a letter if you've never studied there?
No, basically I didn't inform them that I left the college.
Why would you ask for this letter if you had no intention to be studying there? And please start telling me the truth, because at the moment you're not, and I can tell you're not.
No, that's what I'm telling you, sir.
That's what you're telling me.
I was still enrolled in then college, but I wasn't.
How can you possibly be enrolled in a college that you've never attended?
It's basically, sir, it's a misunderstanding because it wasn't my fault. All I want to say, I don't want to waste your time.
Listen, I'm getting paid to do this, so you're not wasting my time. I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
All I want to say, sir, I'm studying at whatever I have told you under pressure or
Listen,
confused.
you're not under pressure because I give you ample opportunity at the beginning of this interview and you chose to say that you were fitting well. And I did say, what I don't want you to do is start saying, oh, well, you know, I'm a bit confused, because your English is fine. It is more than acceptable for me to understand you, and I know that you can understand me.
All I want to confess is I have done nothing wrong in your country.
Okay, right, let me be the judge if you do nothing wrong, okay? What did you apply for in June of last year?
IGS.
And what happened to that?
It was refused.
What letters did you submit? What letters and certificates did you submit?
I did give them the result sheets. The postgraduate diploma in business administration.
From where?
From Westminster College of Computing.
Did you study at Westminster College of Computing?
No, sir.
Then how did you get all these certificates? You're best to just answer the truth, okay? Because I know what the truth is, and it's better that you corroborate it. So just answer me the question. How did you get these documents?
A person helped me to make these documents.
So they are false documents?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Yes. Were you working?
Yes, I was.
Where were you working?
Asda.
What hours do you work there?
I worked 20 hours there.
And what about William Hill?
I did work in William Hill as well.
So, we started end of December 2006, beginning of 2007 with Asda, okay? And you started William Hill the same time, okay? And you've worked 20 hours a week for Asda, yeah? And you've worked 20 hours a week for William Hill, yeah? So, how many hours in total did you work?
Roughly 40 hours.
And you still work for Asda and William Hill, yes?
So all I want to say is I'm not breaking any law or anything, or not harming.
Listen,
anyone.
just a sec. You say you're not breaking a law, right? But what do you think immigration law is? It's not one rule for one person, one rule for another. You are breaking the law. As a student, okay, you're not allowed to work more than 20 hours a week. You're working 40 hours a week. As a student, you're not supposed to pay for fraudulent documents to submit to the UK Home Office to then try and get a work permit to live in the UK. So you tell me where you've not broken the law.
So I didn't mean to break the law. It was just
my fault. It was my mistake, sir. Sir, that is.
Okay. Do you need anything to eat? Food? You're okay? All right. From the very beginning, I mean, you could tell that he was struggling to sort of keep up with what was going on with regard to what his history was or what his purported history was. And we've established that he's gone and purchased these documents that he then submitted to the Home Office, attempting to get a work permit. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's a clear refusal. Okay, Mr. Bourgeois? Right, I need to explain to you that you're going to be refused entry into the United Kingdom, okay?
If I go just back and straight away if I apply again straight away, I'm asking for advice.
If you're asking my honest opinion, if you went back to Pakistan and then you said next week you applied for a student visa, I would say it's very highly unlikely that you would be issued with a student visa. My personal opinion.
After a month or so.
Okay,
The man has worked double the hours permitted for a student, and he's submitted false documents to try and get a visa. Yet he still hopes he can come back soon.
This is a massive problem we have now with students. It's what takes up the day, is returning students who are ultimately bogus students. They get the residence permit or they get the entry clearance from the country of origin, they come to the UK, don't ever study, get fraudulent documents to show that they have been or claim to have been studying, and then it just perpetuates itself. They get their residence permits, they get their extensions, and it's all built on a lie.